Good morning. I guess I'm going to begin by saying that today, not yesterday, is the last day in this ninth wave, fourth day in the evolution of consciousness. I had thought it was yesterday, but I checked after the video, and in fact today is the final day, and tomorrow, the 13th, begins the fourth night in this period. Yesterday's video brought a lot of response. I didn't check this morning to see how many people viewed it, but already last night, before I went to bed, more people had viewed yesterday's video than had viewed the one the day before. So it definitely touched a nerve with a lot of people. Most people thanked me for indicating that Anonymous needs to exercise forgiveness, but there were some comments, including one that I'm going to share, that asks some very serious questions, and I'm not afraid to tackle serious questions. And in fact, the title today that I selected is "What if the Illuminati told the truth?" And I wrote a little blurb a little earlier. I get it. Forgiveness is no easy task when what we see is the long list of abuses at the hands of the so-called elite. When we only see all the rape, plunder, and even murder of apparently innocent human beings, not to mention the same careless attitude toward Mother Earth, how can we simply forgive? Difficult questions deserve honest and thoughtful answers. One writer wrote, in regard to forgiveness, I think it depends on what you may have undergone at the hands of the oppressors, whether you are ready to forgive and forget, and given some of the horrors manifested upon my brothers and sisters. I don't feel it's my place to decide at this very early stage the appropriateness of forgiveness. What does your forgiveness entail, Ron? I mean in a practical sense, while still giving people the justice they may feel they deserve. How do you forgive without it seeming you've let them off the hook? I thought that was very succinct and well stated. And boy, do I feel that. I feel it very, very deeply. Because I can see, as I said in my little blurb, the long list of abuses. The abuses of life itself seem endless when you look at them. And I'm not telling anyone not to look at what has happened and what has been manifested in our world. I've never been an advocate of turning away from the things that we don't like to look at. In fact, I've encouraged people again and again, look at the things you hate, look at the things you don't like, be willing to go into the fear, be willing to go in to the very depth of the feeling of injustice and everything that it entails and every emotion that comes up in regard to the injustice, the anger, the rage. Go into those feelings because they are justified feelings based on experience. They are justified. I'm never going to tell you that anger is unjustified and unjustifiable. I don't believe that for a second. Not for 1 second do I believe that we need to discount and invalidate the experience that we've had and the feelings that have arisen because of the experience. I do encourage people to look for the gift in all of these things and to try to see the bigger picture and try to connect the dots. But that's not always easy when you're going through the situation. I know that. I get it. I really do get it. And I feel it I know what it is to have spiritual aspirations and spiritual revelations, and at the same time to be willing to go beyond the sugarcoating of things, the denial of things. I know it. Boy, I've wrestled with these things. The whole idea of divine justice, boy, I've wrestled with that one. I've wrestled with it big time. Because I don't think the abusers should simply be let off the hook. I don't believe that for 1 second. I believe there must be reparations. There must be true repentance. I really do get that. I really do get that. But I also know that when I am unwilling to forgive someone that I feel has wronged me, it wounds me far more deeply than it wounds the person that I'm unwilling to forgive. They seem to go on with their life just merrily, merrily. Life is but a dream for them. They don't seem to get it. But I, meanwhile, because I am unwilling to forgive them, because I am unwilling to take the higher road, then I'm the one that's injuring me. I have to bear that angst within my soul. I have to deal with the anger and the rage that's boiling up inside of me. And that's not an easy task. That's not an easy task. And it takes its toll on my physical body and on my emotional well-being. It takes its toll. I've learned that when I can be in a space of gratitude and in a space of love and in a space of forgiveness, things seem to go, certainly things seem to feel a whole lot better. And I seem a whole lot healthier and with a whole lot less pain. But what if the Illuminati told the truth? What if? I just realized something here. But anyway, I'm going to continue going and see what happens. I have had some technical difficulties. I watched 5:33 and 5:44 pass and started at 5:55. Sorry for that little aside there. But I noticed something isn't happening on the screen that normally happens, and I'm a little bit concerned about that. I don't know what's going to happen. What if one or more of the very high up people in the Illuminati were to go on television worldwide and openly admit to all of the wrongdoings that have been done at the hands of the bankers, of the lawyers and attorneys, the politicians, the CEOs of multinational corporations? What if someone extremely powerful and extremely high up, maybe somebody that we don't even know the name, but that they reveal themselves as the power behind the system, one of the creators of the Matrix, if you will? What if one of them were to go on worldwide television and own and admit everything that had been done, and actually not only apologize, but make reparations? What if all that this group of people, this minority of people that have dominated the human race, that had raped and pillaged and plundered the resources, including the human resources on this earth, what if they released all of the wealth that they had stolen for humanitarian purposes? What if all of the limitations that they artificially created, they were willing, with the stroke of a pen, as it were, or with the edict issued to the whole world, what if all of those funds and all of those limitations that the funds represent, the hoarding of those funds, what if they were released so that everyone had access to the abundant wealth that has been artificially created? And what if the artificialness was made real? You know, what is real in our reality? What is real? Real is whatever we call real. I mean, let's face it. Everything can be said to be an illusion, but at the same time, everything can also be seen to be real. However we choose to define it. Where do we want to put the accent? On the reality or on the unreality of something? What if all of the derivatives, which are massive, what if they were all converted into something that was a commodity that was useful instead of just paper wealth? Like, so we decry the fact that it's just paper wealth. So what? The problem isn't that it's paper wealth or that it's, I forgot the word for the currency, fiat. If it's just fiat currency, and the currency doesn't even begin, it's a drop in the bucket compared to the wealth there is on paper. All the zeros and all the humongous numbers that are generated by computers. Unlimited. But are we not unlimited? What if the Illuminati gave us access to their ability to create wealth out of nothing? Well, actually, they always have. And we always have been the ones that have created the wealth out of nothing. We've always done it. Every time we borrow money, we are creating wealth out of nothing by our promise to pay back. But what if that debt was forgiven? And the Illuminati said, you don't have to pay anything back. And in fact, you can now have access to all that you have created and all that we have stolen. It's yours. It's yours, humanity. You can use it as you will. What if the Illuminati stopped lying? And they are masters of the lie. But so are you and me. We are masters of the lie as well. We've lied to ourselves. We've lied to ourselves saying that we are free when we've not been free. We have lied to ourselves saying that everything is wonderful when it's not been wonderful, because we have chosen to deny the dark side of our own being, the shadow, if you will. That's the dark side of the light chasers, as has been written by Debbie Ford, I think. Anyway, it's time for an awakening. It's time to get it, folks. It's time to get it. We can forgive, but yes, there is something required of the Illuminati. There is something required of those that have been the light workers on the dark side, and that is to tell the truth and to make reparations. And that will heal the breach. That could be the catalytic moment that we're co-creating together. The one that's necessary to shift human consciousness as it's never been shifted before. I don't know what it be. I thought it's going to be first contact, but it may be all done on the human side. It may all be done by people in physical bodies, people that have worked on the dark side and come over to the light and simply start living in truth, which automatically is love. I leave you with these thoughts this morning. May God bless you. Namaste.